Welcome to the Mystic Psychology Podcast. I am really happy that you are here in the space where your spirit meets your everyday life and your energy becomes your guide. I'm Charlotte and I'm here to walk beside you as you reconnect with your truth, your intuition, and the deeper layers of who you truly are. Welcome to a new episode of the Mystic Psychology Podcast. Welcome back if you already know me. And if you don't know me, I'm Charlotte. I'm the founder of the Mystic Psychology Academy, and I'm an intuitive, a channel medium. I work with energy and also combine it with coaching. I'm really, really happy to share this topic with you today. It's all about unique energetic gifts. And it's a topic that is so close to my heart because it's the essence of my work. Because that's what I do. I help and support people to find and live their unique energetic gifts. So today I really want to share with you what unique energetic gifts are and how you can access them, how you know when you're ready for them, when you know what keeps you from living them, and also the benefits of them. And for me, accessing my unique energetic gifts was years ago when I started with energy work because I was an intuitive all along and an empath and highly intuitive, but it was more a random thing that I could feel and sense things with other people. So sometimes people would tell me when I said something, "How did you know that? How could you know that?" And it was just something that came from I don't know where. Or I could see into the future or feel into the future, and then it would appear. Or I would have tingling in my hands and have the feeling that I could heal, but I didn't know how. So everything was more random, and it was more like, I know there's something, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to access it. I don't know how to live it. I don't know what it is, but it kept kind of appearing, and people kept on giving me feedback like, "You're like a witch," or "How did you know that?" And when I started with energy work, something changed because I connected to something inside me, to my essence, and to the channel of universal energy. So I connected to something higher. And in that moment, when I connected in myself into this energy work, where I just was there to become a vessel that where energy flows through me, then suddenly I could experience my own gifts. And they would, of course, it took time. It was nothing from one day to another. So it developed over years that I started developing my unique energetic gifts more and more. And it started with that I was just intuitive and I knew exactly where to put my hands in the energy work and what the other person needs, to becoming a channel medium and channeling other species or dead people or alive people, to also seeing in other people what their essence and gifts are and supporting them to actually live them. So it was a process over years, and it's still developing. It's not a, yes, now it's there, and then all of a sudden that's it. It's more like a process of development, like you train your body when you go into the gym, you train the muscle of intuition and your capabilities. Now, these capabilities can be anything. They can be things like just being highly intuitive, to an empath, to being a healer, or a channel medium, or a psychic, or it can even be that you are capable of going into highly meditative states of void and nothingness is more like a Buddha state, or you're connected to nature, more to shamanism, to herbs. So there's a lot of variety in these unique energetic gifts. And when I help my participants to actually go and access this, it's nothing more than becoming aware of who they truly are. So it's kind of putting away all the conditioning of the past, of the childhood, of the identity, and connecting to a deeper space inside you, to an essence, to something higher. And once you connect to that and you become that vessel where just energy flows through you, and you can develop that capability of becoming the watcher, so watching that and just being the vessel, then all of a sudden these capabilities start appearing. So, for example, when my participants start with energy work, they start on the body because it's the easiest way to actually become aware of oneself when you have somebody else kind of reflecting it to you, and if you have somebody else there. And when they connect to that space and they start giving energy work, all of a sudden they discover how the energy flows through them. For example, one participant started feeling and sensing herbs and started working with herbs. Another participant started seeing people that wanted to be channeled for that person. Another person, or another participant, she started becoming visions for this, for the person in front of her that needed to be transmitted to this person. Another participant would become very silent, and there would be just emptiness and void and unbelievable amount of space where just energy can flow through. So these unique energetic gifts have kind of categories. There is something like shamanism and healing and channeling and all these kind of categories. But then there's something more deeper, because every single participant is unique. I've never seen a participant working in the same exact same way, because every single one has their touch. So it can be that you are, for example, more a visionary person or an auditive person or more a person who's feeling. That is already a difference in work with your unique energetic gifts. Or it can be that you work more with beings, or that you are more in the emptiness. So there's lots and lots of different varieties. And how we can find them and access them is in a very subtle way, because accessing your unique energetic gift is not learning a method. And this is what I think is so important in today's world, because we are being taught so many methods and we orientate ourselves in these methods. But what we do in that part, when we start learning them, is we lose our own truth. We lose the connection to our inside, because we're orientated in the outset. This has to be this way. But then we lose the connection to our intuition, which tells us, but wait, maybe there's something, I have the feeling I have to go there, or I see something there. So for me, methods are there to support you to find your truth and to find your unique energetic gift, in the sense of that it gives you security, something to hold on to, but in the essence, then further on to let go of it again. So in the beginning, you learn with a method in order to let it go again in the future. And when you start doing that, you see and you feel or you hear in a very subtle way, in very tiny ways, you start to sense where you are moving with your energy. You start to sense where the energy wants to move in you and how it wants to move through you. So this is the most beautiful part, because when you guys start getting aware of how the energy wants to move through you, it means you become aware of your essence and how it wants to move through you to the outside and how it wants to manifest in the outside. So, for example, it might be that a participant would start feeling and getting the urge to put a herb somewhere. And by feeling that and becoming aware of that, oh, for example, I can smell lavender or I can feel or sense lavender, and I feel it needs to go on the other person's belly, for example, that would start manifesting and the person would put lavender to the outside. Now, why is that so important? Because when you become aware of these subtle things, when you become aware of the tiny things, then it also gives you the possibility to become aware of the bigger things that want to move through you and manifest through you into life. And that means you start becoming authentic. So you're not moving in through life through conditioning that is like, this is expected from me, that is why I'm doing it, or this is what my mother, my boss, my boyfriend, or my husband wants from me, or my wife, and that's why I'm doing it. But because something in you wants to move out, so you kind of reversing the whole way of moving through life. It is not in the outside orientated, but from the inside, what really truly wants to manifest through you. So that gives you authenticity, but also a sense of purpose, because living your purpose is becoming yourself. So it's like, oh, I'm becoming aware. What is there? What wants to move through me? And then this gives me the sense of purpose, because of suddenly I feel, oh, this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. This is what actually is there that wants to get out. And it gives you a sense of well-being once you're connected to your unique energetic gifts, and a sense of fulfillment and connection. So when participants are in my 1 week program, they would usually say, "Wow, I feel like being home. I feel so connected. I feel so me. I feel just like I am." And this is actually our natural state. This is our natural way of living from inside out. And this is when you live your unique energetic gifts and connect to them. But of course, there's many things that keep us from it. And that is, again, like I already mentioned in my first episode, fear. Fear of what happens when I start living them. Will I lose my family? Will my life change? Will I be capable of doing my job? And of course, life will get a lot better, but your mind that just doesn't want to change, because your friendships will evolve, your life will start to align to who you really are instead of who you're conditioned to be. And there's a lot of doubt that keeps us. Am I actually capable of living that? What will happen? Will I be overwhelmed? And all these kind of things that your mind is trying to keep telling you, just so you don't move forward, that you don't move into a new yourself, in a new authentic self, because we all have been conditioned to fit in. but actually living your intuition, your empathy, your highly sensitivity, your unique energetic gifts gives you the possibility becoming who you truly are. So these energetic gifts are ready to be lived, probably when you're listening to this and when you're still here. Because if you are drawn to the topics intuition and energy work and empathy and sensitivity and channeling and psychicness, then it's because you're attracted to something that is inside you that wants to be born and live, that wants to be explored, and that wants to get a space inside you. And think of it right now, just feel into it. How would it be? And how would it feel like if you could live from a place of intuition, empathy, your highly sensitivity, from your essence? If you would be completely free to live that, how would your life change? What would change in your life? What would be different in your life if you would connect to that space?
Thank you for being here, for your time, for listening, and showing up for your own personal path. If something touched you today, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. And make sure to subscribe and get my weekly newsletter. You can always go deeper at mystic-psychology.com or find me on Instagram. I'd really love to connect to you in person, read your comments and messages. So until next time, stay close to your soul and trust what you feel, follow your intuition, and I can't wait to connect with you again.